If it don't make dollars, don't make sense.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Andre. Welcome back to another episode of Making Dollars and Cents. My guy Ron Cunningham. Ron, what's the word, man?
Hey, what's up, Dre?
Welcome back, right?
Man, twist and turn, brother.
Yeah.
Turn.
Yeah, I mean, we got a new location, right?
Nice.
New vibe. I'm feeling it, man. It's more presidential.
Yeah, a little bit more room. In here. And spread our wings a little bit. Thank God, man. We still on, though.
Man.
How you been?
I've been good, man. God is good, man.
Yeah.
God is good. We working through it. Trying to get some of these deals closed.
Yeah. I mean, you've been really heavy into the loan business now, and I understand that got a few deals in the pipeline. How's it feel, brother?
Man, it feel amazing, man, and I want to thank you for introducing me to it. You know, I never looked at loans like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I never looked at the lending side of business. I was always, I'm in the shop cutting hair, you making cash every day, or you're, doing credit repair.
Right, service.
You're doing that, and getting off into the loan business, man, like, just you're providing a bigger value.
Right.
So for me, I'm loving it, man. It's been amazing. I'm looking forward to making some good money. You know what I mean? Just so,
Yeah. Yeah,
it's good.
Like I said before, loans are considered a product. And I didn't catch on till later in my years in the business either. Product could be anything. Product could be this vase here.
Yeah.
Product could be these chairs.
Yeah.
These shoes, these clothes.
Yeah.
Haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Product could also be a bundle of money bound up to loan to someone at a certain interest rate with certain terms. That's a product.
Yeah.
So money is the ultimate product and the ultimate thing to sell.
Yeah. I remember you telling me the first episode, right? I thought back in the first episode we ever shot of this whole podcast, right? First season, first episode, you were like, money is a product. You package it up the same way you package up any product, right? Somebody orders something from Amazon, they package that product up and they ship it off, right? And there's different size packages, things like that. So you were like, money is a product, right?
Right.
They package it up in different terms and different, certain lenders require different things, but it's no difference from selling a box of shoes to selling a box of money.
Exactly. So now you get where I was coming from.
Yeah. Nah. So since then, man, and I think back to like our first episode, which about what I think like
over a year.
Yeah, about probably like a year. Yeah, at least a year and a half. I was. Yeah.
I get out of the senses, getting some time under his wings. Yeah, we about a year and a half in, almost 2 years.
Nah. Yeah. So I think back, it's like the first episode, man, and I'm like, man, the vision I see now and what we doing moving forward, it's amazing. So, I definitely want to, give you your flowers, man. I appreciate you introducing me to it. Like I said, I had bought a house, but I wasn't looking at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
When I first bought my house, it was like, I was looking at it just, okay, I paid my loan officer, I paid the broker. I think she probably made like, 5-10 grand or something like that.
Yeah, at least.
And I talked to her one time.
Yeah.
I had a little conversation here and there.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, like, we had one really long conversation.
Yeah.
And I met her one time.
Yeah.
And I only met her just because I wanted to meet her.
Yeah.
I was new to the whole process.
Yeah.
And I met her. So, you make, 10 grand for just simply, doing what you do and never meeting a client, never leaving your office. Because I went to her.
Yeah.
So, and that's on the low end.
That's the beauty of real estate, man. You don't necessarily have to meet people.
Yeah.
As long as you can get on that phone and get on that computer and get your point across on what product you're actually trying to sell.
Yeah.
And you merge everyone together.
Yeah.
You have this credit score.
Yeah.
You need this loan amount.
Mm-hmm.
You make this amount of money. You merge it all into a system.
Yeah.
And the product or the money is all set already. If they have this score, then they get this rate. If they have this amount of down payment, they can get this amount of house. I mean, there's all guidelines. There's all kind of guidelines for loans in the real estate business.
Yeah.
And it's just like you said earlier, buying something from Amazon.
Yeah.
If you want this package shipped at this date, it's this price. If you want it sooner, it's this price. If it's a small, medium, or large, it's this price. Same thing with cash, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with cash. The only other thing is that it's attached to a home and you get a grant deed or a note that attached to the home, which makes it official. So, man, I love real estate. Definitely when it's high and popping, I love it. I love this business.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do anything else. I just love the business, man. And more that you're around it, the more you understand it, and the more the light will continue to go off.
Yeah.
So
I think one thing that's been standing out to me the most, man, is just the asset-based lender, right?
Okay.
That's been standing out to me. It's just incredible to me, you know, and I think about like just the simplest form of lending, right? You look at like a pawn shop, for example, right? Which most people don't look at pawn shops as lenders, but they're asset-based lenders.
Definitely.
They're saying, hey, listen, I don't care about your credit. I don't care about your down payment.
Right.
I don't care about, what your tax returns was or is. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Do you have something of value
Right.
that I can take if you default on this loan?
And I need to hold it while you borrow my money.
Exactly.
They,
So if
they
you-
put it in their possession. Yeah.
So if you do, we can loan, and a lot of times they'll go up to 100 million plus, right? So like I've been dealing with that side, and a few of the deals that I have on the table is kind of catered in that arena.
Okay.
So I think to me that was something that as of recent that kind of blew my mind, where I'm like, man, like that's really a thing, and a lot of us don't, especially people that's not into loans like that or into lending.
Yeah.
We don't understand that a lot of things can be an asset. I was saying to somebody earlier, like, your camera equipment can be an asset.
You can borrow against your camera.
You got accounts receivable where you have clients that haven't paid you yet, but you're on contract with them.
Yeah.
And you can show that, hey, this person owes me money. They're supposed to be paying me for this service in a certain time. That's an asset.
That's correct.
Right? You have cash or equity in a home or equity in properties or whatever it may be, jewelry.
Yeah.
That's an asset where it's like, if it appraised, we'll give you up to 70% of that.
Exactly.
So to me, I think that's one of the things that kind of been blowing my mind about the lending business, where it's like, man, like a lot of people can get access to capital to invest in whatever it is they're trying to invest in by simply understanding that there's lenders out here that do that.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's been amazing. But like, I want to take it back. We talked about this on the first episode about how you got into loans. But for the viewers that's just kind of getting up with making dollars and cents.
Yeah.
How did you get into the loan business?
Well, I've always been infatuated with real estate, and I always liked homes, nice big homes. Even as I was a kid, there was a show that used to come on called Dallas.
Yeah.
And I would like to watch the beginning of Dallas because it showed this big sprawling home on this acreage of land. And you drive up, there's the Rolls Royce and the horses and the statues and the waterfalls. And I was like, man, I like that. It's just something about real estate, where you live, the level of how you live, which really, really got me interested in real estate.
Yeah.
And I also was a mediocre student when I went to school, being a doctor, being a lawyer, being anything of high education where you had to go to school 8 or 9 years after you graduated from high school. I wasn't interested in.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I get? And I wasn't a big sports player. I didn't have the football or the basketball or the baseball talent, but I still wanted the money that came with said talents. Lawyer, doctor, ball player. Real estate. I could sell these people who make all the money their homes and get big commissions.
Yeah.
And once I start learning the business of real estate and commissions, that's the job for me. It picked me. I didn't even pick it. It picked me.
Yeah.
And my mom was a school teacher. I watched her go to work, had her master's degree. She did pretty well, just under 100 G's a year before she retired. She did okay. But as I saw inflation coming up, I'm like, well, the money my mom's making is great, but I'm going to need to do double that at least in order to maintain her lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that was real estate. Real estate was going to be that job that's going to be able to put $200,000, $300,000 a year in my pocket. And that's kind of what it's been since I've been in it. It was able to give me a decent lifestyle, make enough money to kind of not have to go to somebody's office and work for them. I'm able to do part-time business and still make over 6 figures. That's me. That was me all day. Didn't have to go to school and get this, 8-year degree, taking out no $200,000 loan just to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So when I found this business or when it found me, We just married and stayed together and still together going strong.
Yeah.
Real estate makes sense to me. You buy a piece of property, you either rent it out or you live in it, enjoy the asset. And if you want to sell it after a couple of years, it has equity. Yeah. And if you don't want to sell it, you just use it to get monthly income.
Yeah.
It just makes it, it can be tossed and turned so many different ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still I still get excited 25 years later about real estate. You can go to a bank and tell them, I need a loan. They'll say, well, I need your credit score and I need an asset. Well, what's your asset? Well, I have this house. This house is worth $1 million. I owe $200,000. Oh, we'll give you 70%. No questions asked. We'll give you $700,000 towards that house. No questions asked, based on your asset. Yeah. There's nothing else. Car, you can't do it. Jewelry, you can't do it. Some jewelry, but car, you can't do it. A lot of other equipment, it's hard to do. Houses, banks respect. And I learned that. My nationality didn't mean anything. Whether I was a male or a female didn't mean anything. Whether I was tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever I was, throughout whatever course I was trying to borrow money over the last 20-something years, didn't matter as long as I had this piece of paper saying I own that property. Yeah. And it's still like that till this day. I go to the bank right now and show them a deed and say, man, give me $1 million, and look them straight in the face and wait on them to say what my terms will be. Yeah. We're going to give it to you at 8%. We're going to give it to you at 7%. Yeah. Give it to you for 20 years, 30 years. Yeah. Those are the conversations
that's the product.
That's the power.
That's the breakdown.
That's the power. When you own real estate, you can borrow against it any given time, any given day, and there's plenty of people who will give you money for it. Yeah. So that's why I like real estate. That's not too many things you can compare real estate to.
Now, I love it. I love it because, like you said, it's straight to the point.
Yeah.
Right? There's no fluff. It's like, what is your joint appraised for?
Yeah.
You can tell me it's worth, like, I got a client right now, right? Mm-hmm. You know, he was like, his property, he believes that his property is worth this, that, this, and this.
He believes,
right? He's like, my property worth this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm no one to tell you it's not. I'm just taking a note. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting your application together, big dog.
That's right.
So, you know, I'm taking the notes, and me being newer to the business, he says it's worth this, I believe him.
Face value.
Right? So when we get the property appraised, the property isn't appraised for that.
Oh, you mean he's not a professional appraiser? Yeah. He's just a homeowner.
Yeah.
Oh, so, you know, people need to be biased.
Yeah, people will do that. They'll be like, I think it's worth $3 million.
Exactly.
And it's like, nah, it's not.
It's worth $500,000, sir.
But I like real estate because it's straight to the point. An appraiser will come out, whether you're appraising a house, you're appraising jewelry, you're appraising a semi-tractor, whatever it is,
right?
The appraiser will come out and say, listen, based on our due diligence, we believe that it's worth this.
Right.
Here's your appraisal. Right. And based on that piece of paper, you can go get you some money. Right. And you don't have to say, I got to scrape up the 20,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 from my job to invest in whatever it is I want to invest in.
Right.
I like it because it's straight to the point. But I wanted to ask you, I was listening to your story about getting into real estate, but why didn't you go the route that most people go, where it's like, I want to be a broker? Like, as far as like, not a loan broker, but as far as like the actual real estate broker, I want to just sell houses, show houses. Because most people, when you think about real estate, that's kind of the route that they go. You know, I mean, from what I've seen on the outside looking in, now on the inside, but, you know, why didn't you go that route?
I did it first.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it first. I wanted to be the real estate agent.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the guy in front of the house with the sign and selling the house.
Yeah.
Until I got into a real estate deal.
Mm.
Got to a real estate deal as a real estate agent. And guess who I had to talk to when that buyer came to buy the house? The loan broker.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was the boss. Oh, I got this house. I got this magnificent 5,000 square foot house. Yeah. It has a 5-car garage. It has 3 kitchens. It got this, it got that, it got this and that. Yeah. Oh, here's a buyer. I want to buy the house. Great buyer. Feel free, come in, take a look, put your offer in. They put the said offer in, look up over all the paperwork. And I would say, okay, well, where's your cash? Oh, we're getting a loan. A loan? Oh, okay. Who do I talk to about your loan? Loan broker. Oh, talk to the loan broker. That's the one with all the answers. Because he's the one discussing the terms of the loan with the bank.
Yeah.
I said, I need to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I did start off as an agent and doing open houses and showing houses. And after a few little closings that took extra long because I didn't really know the lingo of what it took to get a loan,
Yeah.
I decided to change course. So I did start off as an agent, and then I then transferred over to being a loan broker. And then I decided to do both sides. At one time, they let you do all sides. You know, I was contractor, loan officer, realtor, renter, management company, whoever I needed to be. I wore all kind of hats in the business.
Yeah.
But being in the loan business, you're in control. You're closest to the money when you're in the loan broker seat.
Yeah. And that's what, I mean, that's, you know, to what you just said, that's what I love about it, right? It's like, you know, I always say, like, it's not that I got 100 million sitting in the bank that I can give you.
Right.
Is that I'm right next to the money and I understand what they're looking for.
Right.
Or have the relationship.
Right.
Right. And you know, this one thing another thing that I can say that you taught me is like, you know, I already, through cutting hair, I understood relationships.
Yes.
Right. But getting into this level of business, I understand relationships even more.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you have relationships with the money and you understand what they're looking for,
your job's done.
It's very straight to the point.
Yeah.
There's no, and that's what I love. Like, and I've tried different businesses. Like, by trade, I'm a barber.
Yes.
Right. I've cut hair since I was 13 years old.
Yes.
But I've invested in a lot of different businesses, from stock, I used to trade options.
Me too. Well,
a lot of different businesses, like a music industry. I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I love real estate so much, and, you know, lending so much.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said earlier, it's straight to the point. There's no fluff.
And you're next to the money.
Yeah, you can say all day, man, we want to do this. I got a client right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to do this, that, this, and this, this, and that. Mm-hmm. And it's like these grand ideas, and it sounds amazing.
It does.
Right? But it's like, let's kind of get to the point.
And see what you qualify for.
What do you qualify for? What do you have?
Right.
What's backing you?
Right.
Because the ideas are amazing. And I get a lot of different people that I talk to that's like, man, I want to do this, and I want to build this horse stable, and I got this, that, this, and this. And it's like, that's cool.
Right.
But let's get straight to the point.
Right.
Right. And that's what I love about the businesses of lending is there's no fluff. Like I said, it's straight to the point, cut and dry.
Yeah.
This is what we need. Show us value.
Right.
Show us value, and we'll invest in you.
Right.
Right. You can't. We don't care about your story and what you've been through. Because I got clients I get on the phone with. They be like, yeah, man, you know, I've been hustling, man. I got my business, man. I've been doing this for so long, and I'm helping the kids and this and that. And it's like, cool.
They think their stories matter, and they don't.
Yeah.
Their personal stories don't matter. What matters is that asset you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
I want to borrow money against this house. It's worth this amount. I make this amount, and this is my score to show how I pay credit back.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the end of it.
And there's something else too, right? Where it's like, you said this earlier. It don't matter about black, white, purple, green, Hispanic, Asian. It don't matter. You're from Africa. It doesn't really matter when it pertains to this, because no one cares about your degree. No one cares about where you grew up. No one cares about you sagging your pants. No one cares.
No one cares.
Show me that you qualify for this, right? And I love that, because in so many industries, it's kind of based on what does he look like, or what is he. Now, of course, you want to be professional.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to look good. Of course, you want to throw in a suit sometimes, or you want to throw in a shirt with a collar sometimes. Of course, but when it pertains to qualifying for something,
right,
it's straight to the point. It's like, look, do you qualify or do you not qualify?
Do you make enough money? Can you prove the amount of money that you make through paying taxes? Can you show that you make enough money through showing bank statements? Can you show that you make the money through check stubs? Not everybody gets check stubs, especially if you're a personal person that owns a company. You might not get check stubs.
Yeah.
But you definitely have a bank statement to show where you put your money. And you definitely have a credit score to show that you pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
And you definitely pay Uncle Sam, the IRS, especially if you plan on buying a piece of property.
Yeah.
People that don't pay the IRS don't plan on buying a piece of property.
Yeah.
Because most loans are based out of showing and proving that you can afford the house.
Yeah.
By showing your last 12 to 24 months of income.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once you figure out all the rules and, you know, you understand how banks work and what the lending requirements are, it can be pretty fun out here because obviously banks have way more money than we as individuals.
Yeah.
They will loan you money if there's a good product at the end or a good property at the end of the deal for them.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily want to come and own and take the property, but they have it as an option if you decide to act up or something changes dramatically where you can't pay the loan back. They still have a recourse to get their money back because no bank or no person in business wants to lose.
Yeah.
So that's why they can gain that property or that money back that they loaned you if all hell breaks loose in your life and you can't afford to pay the loan.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it so safe on their end. So they'll usually go up to about 60, 70, 80, sometimes 90 and 95%. FHA, 97%.
Yeah. That's how I bought my crib. It's like
97% FHA, I remember.
So, I always say real estate is straight to the point, right? I've been saying that this whole time. Real estate is straight to the point, right? But we got to talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Right? We got to talk about it.
Uh-oh. Which
DJ Envy and Cesar, man.
Oh.
And I'm a fan of the Breakfast Club, so it ain't no disrespect.
Yeah.
I definitely want to work with, Envy and the Breakfast Club one of these days.
Yeah.
You got to respect it, right?
Yeah.
But, when I say real estate is straight to the point, it's straight to the point if you're doing it right. And the whole scandal with DJ Envy and Cesar, I don't know if you know fully what's going on, but it's been a hot topic.
I've heard of it, and by me being in the business long enough, I'm mature enough not to jump on any side of the boat.
Yeah.
Because I know business.
Yeah.
I know Envy had a name. I know he worked for a reputable radio station or some type of station where he was able to put his name and image out. And I have no clue on who was wrong and who was right.
Yeah.
What I do know is that when someone hears anything negative about you, that's going to spin. That's going to take more traction than anything. I pray for all that are involved, including the victims.
Yeah.
Those that might have lost money. Those that might have been, misunderstand. See, a lot of times people are hopping things without understanding.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure there's conversations that they all had that might have stated what the terms were, what the payback scenario would be. And now that there's momentum on, they're bad guys, they're this, they're that, then that's all that's going to take, And I'm pretty sure there's so many personal different stories, it gets all balled up into one.
For sure.
So I've been in business long enough because, of course, over the years, I've been sued. I've been harassed or, talked to from a standpoint, oh, you're trying to rip me off. You're trying to sell me a higher rate. They didn't understand the rate was governed by, a bunch of factors. You promised me a 5% interest rate. On this paper, it says 6%. Well, yeah, 5% was 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So factors are there.
Yeah.
So I'm not so quick to judge or point fingers due to maturity of being in business.
Yeah.
Once you're in business long enough, you learn not to judge.
Yeah.
I just hope that people turn out okay. I hope they're able to come to a happy medium, and those who lost or those who are in the mix of, getting their funds back, that happens. I'm pretty sure they'll find a happy medium and everyone will end back up on their feet, especially if there was real estate involved, because you can always sell and recoup the funds, right? Now, if there was a Ponzi scheme and they're selling the same house to 10 different people, then somebody might have to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've heard. What have you heard?
I wanted you to get your piece out, because I know that you always be like, you'll never get too excited about certain stuff, or you'll never be like, oh, he tripping, you gotta always dissect it, right?
Live long enough, you'll be like that too. In your 50s.
For sure.
Oh, now if you would have asked me that 10 years ago,
Yeah.
3 lawsuits before or back,
He out there.
yeah,
This is not.
maybe
You know what? So to dissect it, right? It's a couple different sides. How I feel, right?
Yeah.
A couple different sides. So one, because I've been in this situation in a business deal. Because I heard about DJ MB saying that was Cesar. That ain't had nothing to do with me. He the one scamming niggas. He the one doing this. He the one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As if you weren't his business partner, right?
Right.
And granted,
Right.
so there's a couple sides, right? Because again, I've been in a business situation where me and a partner invested in something. We lost money.
What industry was that?
This was trucking.
Oh,
right.
Okay. I remember that.
You know, I was, we were messing with the semis.
Yeah.
So I had some paper at the time. I invest with a partner.
Right.
We lose money. I'm into business. So for me, business is a sport. It's a hobby. Over the years, I'm cutting hair. So I can only buy so much, clothes, jewelry, go out, shoes, whatever. Right? I'm like, let me invest my money. So like I invest in different things and try different things.
Right.
It's a sport for me.
Right.
Right? So this is his first business.
Oh.
We invest, we lose money.
Oh, it's your fault.
He talking about something. Oh, Dre the one that fucked my money up.
And
it's his fault.
Guess what would happen if y'all would have won money?
He would have been like, oh man, because when he's doing good, was making money. It was, yo man, we got this business. He called his mom and his brothers and
that's how it was.
Cousins. Hey, we got a trucking companies for when stuff goes south. It's like, oh nah, he the guy, right?
So that's exactly why I don't jump side. Yeah, that's exactly why.
So
yeah.
Pertaining to the DJ Envy thing is like this. Is like Envy goes, oh well, that's Cesar.
Yeah.
And on top of the other investors, right?
Right.
Because it's one thing to come into a situation and say, hey, well, I gave my money to this person and they fucked my money off.
Right.
Another thing to say, we were partners and the deal didn't go good for whatever reason.
Right.
Right. So I look at that and say, hey, if you guys invested together and the deal didn't go good for whatever, don't point the finger and say, oh, it's this man, is this man, is this man, right? If you guys were doing it together.
Yeah.
Now, if you gave somebody some money
right.
and they fucked your money up, then that's a whole different conversation because you gave it to them. But even as you're giving it to them, no one's putting a gun to your head
right.
and saying, hey,
right.
you have to give me the money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple sides to it, right? Now, when it pertains, as far as the clients go, right, that gave Cesar money or gave, Envy said he didn't get no money. Cesar said Envy didn't get no money, right? So I'm going to say they gave Cesar money.
Mm-hmm.
If they gave Cesar money, right, and this is just something in real estate and in business that people should start doing, especially our people, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, but our people, we don't do this, right? It's paper bag money, right? Hey, well, Ron doing this thing, I'm going to give him some paper bag money as opposed to saying, I'm going to go through an escrow company and they holding the money. Right? Or even...
I'm going to know about an escrow company.
Yeah.
So I imagine a lot of these people weren't as savvy or real estate bound as normal folks. They might have been people who were just excited about having a real estate opportunity. So, my take on it from this is do your due diligence and ask questions. Get an attorney that you can call. Have an escrow company you can call, a title company. Use different people in the business that are not of the same business of people you're doing business with. Separate the team. Google. Hop on that computer. What is an escrow? Who is an escrow near me? Who can I call with questions? Get prepaid legal. I don't know. Get someone that you can call and check into whatever business you're doing. Never listen to the person that you're giving the money to 100%. That's my advice.
And I'm going to say this, right? It's one thing to have a few thousand, 5, 10, 15, 20,000.
Right.
And say, here, I hope that you do right by the money based on your celebrity, based on the knowledge that you're talking about you have or whatever the case is. Even that's kind of silly, right? But you talking about people that's like, oh, I gave Cesar $1 million.
Right.
If you gave Cesar $1 million, why wouldn't you put it in an escrow account? And again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying
this is what happens when people start snowballing lawsuits.
But let me say
all type of accusations are going to come out.
Yeah, but let me say this. And I don't for 1 second want people to be like, oh man, he sided with Cesar, man, because Cesar did something crazy. Listen, if Cesar
don't know enough to side with either party,
up people money,
right?
If Cesar didn't out there scamming people,
right?
Especially with the platform that he's on,
yeah,
that being a Breakfast Club. The biggest radio show.
Is that Cesar or DJ Envy?
So Cesar was the one that took people's money.
You said Breakfast Club.
So Breakfast Club is DJ Envy. Yeah. So DJ Envy is co-signing. Yeah. He's saying, yo,
right.
This is my guy. Right. I'm putting my arm around him. This is my guy.
Yeah.
I'm vouching for him. You know what I'm saying? he's the guy
That comes with a cost, though.
for sure.
You got to do your due diligence.
Especially at that level.
You got to do your due diligence.
I don't want people to think I'm just saying, hey, let Cesar off the hook, because again, if he's doing people foul, then he should go to jail for sure.
Rightfully so.
But I'm also saying within that, don't point the finger without doing your due diligence.
Right.
Don't point the finger without saying, hey, well, I gave this man $1 million not going through escrow. I gave this man $1 million not vetting and seeing if he really knows what he's doing.
Right.
Because anybody with $1 million, either you're just
Right.
I made my $1 million from playing sports. I played ball, so I gave him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You still should have your people around you. So you got to take accountability for that as well.
Right.
Now, he should not be scamming. Should nobody scam, because that's foul. People work hard to get their money in whatever it is you do.
Right.
But if you're going to give somebody your money, be cool, you know what I'm saying? Vet it. So, we wanted to touch on that, but to wrap it up, 1, secure your money. 2, if you're doing business with somebody and the business goes south or the deal doesn't work for whatever reason, but you were hands in just like he was hands in, accept that.
Right.
Y'all lost money, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And 3, I would say, what would you say? I'll let you wrap the third one up.
Google is your best friend. AI is your best friend. Take the time out to Google whatever business you're in and find out what it's about, how it works, and also if you can get with any type of free counselors or consultants that can educate you further outside of the person you're doing business with. If you go ask the person you're doing business with, they're going to tell you what you need to hear in order to get your money. Take the time out to call John Smith across town that's in the same business. Call Raymond Wilson. Call Jimmy. Call Mom. Call Uncle Barry. Whatever you need to do, and have conversations with people outside of the people you're doing business with to do your own due diligence. Again, Google's your best friend. There's a lot of information online about real estate. And at the end of the day, the best thing to do is hire an attorney. Take the time out to get a professional licensed attorney on your case so you can know exactly what you can do when it's time to do what they're doing now, which is sue. So you can recoup funds if you happen to lose. There are risks in real estate. It does take fall.
It's risk in business.
Risk in any business. So again, I'm not passing judgment, don't know the whole case, and I wouldn't speak against any 2 individuals I don't know personally. All I do is hope that everyone turns out back on their feet. I hate to see people lose in any business. So those are my thoughts. I don't want to pass judgments without knowing all forms of what happened, and I don't know that information. Just wishing everyone goodwill. But with that being said, man, I think you brought up some good points today. You know, and you're still in the business of doing real estate now. You're doing loans. Obviously, you have a very successful credit repair business. We didn't get a chance to speak on that on this segment, but I would definitely like to bring that up next time we get together. If they ever had any questions and wanted to get to you directly, what's the best way to catch up with Trey?
The best way right now is, I would say, as far as for credit, go straight to the website.
Okay, what's that?
Right? Mm-hmm. Go straight to the website at polkenterprisecredit.com.
Okay.
As we're expanding the business, we'll be more focused on loans and credit being the backbone of what it is we're doing, because most of our clients come to us to get loans, but their credit is not in position for the traditional loan.
Correct.
We talked about asset-based today.
Yeah.
We talked about loans where you don't need credit, but for some of the loans, like the person that's buying the home, that's not asset-based. You need to have good credit.
Right.
So for those clients, we got you, right? polkenterprisecredit.com. Like I said, when we change that name officially, we'll let you guys know, and we'll go after that. But for you, how can they get in touch with Ron, Big Ron Boogie?
Well, I do regular real estate, FHA loans, DSCR loans, hard money loans are one of the key loans that we do right now. I'm at Real Quest Realty. We're located in Beverly Hills. Oh, wow, excuse me. We're located in Beverly Hills, and the best way to reach us is realquestrealty.com. Look our site up, inquire, reach out to us if need be. Phone number is 310-205-5200. Again, Ron Cunningham with Real Quest Realty. We do a plethora of loans. We teach you how to start to finish, to get into a home. Would love to hear from anybody out there that has questions. I have attorneys, I have appraisers, I have lenders, I have credit repair people. We're a great resource. Even if I'm not doing business with you directly, I would turn you on to someone I am doing business with, and we would investigate them together. We can find out who's who as we go through each deal. So feel free to reach out. Real Quest Realty, Andre with Polk Enterprises and the credit repair. Man, it's just been a pleasure to hooking back up with you and having this talk, man.
Oh, it's been amazing. Like I said, we got a new location. We got new vibes.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking new money. And I want people to take out of this episode, do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Do your research. Before you mess with me.
Yeah.
Before you mess with Ron.
Yeah.
So many people hop on YouTube and, oh man, I don't think. Do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research on what it is we're talking about. Google, whatever it may be that you need to Google to learn before you spend any money, before you do anything. Right? It's making dollars and cents. This is, I don't know what episode we on, but we making it shake.
Well, thank you
Making
again.
it shake.
Thank you again. If you guys heard anything today, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're trying to build the channel out. We need your support. We appreciate you listening to today and look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Making dollars and cents. Wow.
If it don't make dollars, don't make sense.